So on our stage, Yaroslav Babin. Let's welcome him.
Всем привет!
Hello, everyone. As it was said, my name is Yaroslav Babin. I'm the product director for the attack simulations. And just recent couple of days, I've been thinking retrospectively, thinking about how my career was built, what was the path. Well, I've made some conclusions to myself, which things of this life have positively influenced me. I've started getting involved in cybersecurity in the year 2008. For the first time, I've learned what it is, and I've been involved in practical cybersecurity all my life. 7 years, I've been working ethical, hacker, and positive. We've been baking ATMs, web applications. We've been baking banking applications, POS terminals, everything which is related to bank topics. We've been touching it, testing it, breaking it, and naturally, legally for our clients so that they would build better protection for themselves. What else? Well, I've been helping a lot to third-party companies. I've been sending vulnerabilities that were discovered in Yandex, VK, Apple, Adobe. Honestly, there's a big list of those, but out of the largest ones, these are the biggest companies. So when I've been coming to this career, well, it's not a really interesting fact. When I entered this career, the first million rubles I've earned on a back bounty, and it was Yandex earned it in the course of 3 months, and back then I was 21 years old. Then I've been participating in a big number of conferences with presentations about breaking ATMs, applications. We've published research in Japan, Korea, Kazakhstan, Armenia, and many other countries. Right now, I moved to the position of product director, successfully launched Standoff, which you see in that big hall. If you haven't gone there, please go there. And right now, the product topic, so that I could simulate attacks automatically, something that is done by hackers, pen testers. We try to automate it and make such a wonder wafer. Doing the information security and cybersecurity, well, I got involved into it I was 13 or 14 years old. I came to information security forums for the first time in my life, and since then, I've started my path in this direction. Everything started just a little bit before that. Everybody had button phones, and I remember somehow I've understood that inside of those games and these phones there are different files which you can change and influence the logic of the games. Therefore, when we've been competing with my friends who is going to be in which place in the game, I was always in the first place because I've changed some files. It moved on. I was able to see that, for example, you can change content of these games. I've been changing pictures, and then I've been doing modifications of some games from myself. After this, I had a mobile phone on which I could develop. I could program on Python. I started writing small applications which were helping me to solve the square root equations, and I've been simplifying my life so that in mathematics I would give quick answers. I was super lazy, and right now I'm also very lazy. That's why these things were really good and helpful. Also, another important thing was that I came to forum chat where we've been communicating and doing development. And when I've started doing first steps and publishing some results, I've created some application. It was convenient only for me. Community was really super toxic in relation to what are you doing, what are you writing. That's why I've been receiving about 95% of negative towards me. And this, if you don't give up, this is, well, influencing the understanding of what is to be, what you need, and not only you, but also the world. So going into these problems every time, I was doing it better and better, and I was able to do something that has to be done not only to me, but also to a big number of people. And out of these 95% of people who negatively perceive it, there are normal people who've been going through the same path. They've been standing on the same problems, and these people usually became your mentors and teachers. And in communication with them, it's much simpler was for you to understand what wrong things you do. They've been directing you in some things, they've been helping you. assisting you in some areas. So, if we come to some conclusion, what was the most important thing? The development helped me to understand better the current technologies and perhaps learn what, from the point of view of engineering idea, what is possible and what is not possible. Of course, technologies are changing very fast, but this engineering skill helps me in understanding, will you be able to do that or not as a result? And the second thing, the toxic community still influences positively. If you continue to do something that will be evaluated by this community and you'll get yourself a reputation as points in certain forum, this will help you to get targeted experience, which you will be able to apply in the future. Number three, this is something that was also very important. Understanding how difficult was it is to enter this IT industry, and it was not super popular back then. I was always trying to help new people because nobody was helping me. And even trying to help people, you're trying to learn about a question which directly is not related to you, but you, at this account, you extend your background, which is available for you. And by helping these young people, you learn better about the topic yourself. You structure your brains, your thoughts that you've had mixed up previously. That's why try to help people. If you're a student who wants to go to cybersecurity, or maybe you want to go search for the communities with some new people, with newbies like you, and try to help them, and then you will do it better even for yourself than even for that person. Well, I've been learning in the university, and I've been kicked out of it 5 times. First time I was kicked out during the first exam session. I was moved to the evening training. Then I was moved to paid daily, then from day to evening. And then I've understood that something doesn't work in university for some reason. But at this moment of time, I wasn't having fun a lot.
Mostly, I was interested in information security, and I was looking for new approaches to making some application change its logic to do what you need to do, like Steam hacking to give you more money to play games. So small things that improve your life. So that, how do I put it? My community work, when you work with a lot of people, was a great catalyzer. When you meet great researchers, smart guys who help you and publish their research, you get into an area where everybody collaborates and competes for the reputation. You become, because of that environment, you grow faster and your skills grow very well. And if you don't forget to help the newbies, you don't just find answers, you share your real experience. So I was trying, especially with people I can learn from, to communicate more with them, gossip around and shame people who did something wrong, or praise people who did some good things, and do it together in a community with good guys that you think are the pinnacle of competence for the industry. One of those people is our current general manager, former ethical hacker. I came to Positive because of him. He's a great guy, he's very smart. And at some point in time, I understood I lack my practical skills. And we had just those bug bounty platforms just appearing. So the idea is very simple. The company would publish the program saying, hey, we accept this kind of vulnerabilities. They didn't pay too much, but it's a very good legal way to do your practical ethical research and find real vulnerabilities. So that was my way to Yandex Bug Bounty, and I earned $1 million and went to work for Positive. I tried getting there 3 times. First 2 times were not successful, and I was given very good feedback. Why not? Because I was young and immature. But importantly, they told me what I should learn to get there. Second time, we had hackers lead from the whole Russia there, so it was an honor to try to get there. So that's why I wanted to get there so much. The researches that I published in my school years, because the community hated them. I started publishing better researches that were positively received, and did my presentations, was helping the newbies. And because I couldn't get into Positive, I just went testing, went QA to understand how the corporate world works. So, doing business, becoming an entrepreneur was not my way, and just work in a company and be with the nice people was my way, and I was just doing my work, my job. So, to see how the industry works, what are the main directions of development there. If you don't like QA or cybersecurity research, you can switch business lines. When you enter IT in 45, you have a lot of knowledge in some other area, but you want to go to IT, it's never too late, but the cost of mistake is much higher. So it's better to understand your stack, to understand whom you want to work with early in your career rather than late. Recruiter advice that the HR will give you definitely: learn about the company you are going to. And my addition would be not to just know the company, but to know the people. If you have people from the company presenting somewhere, or you can meet them somewhere, you know that this guy is the real pro. I want to work for him. It's a great way. When I was going to Positive, I knew everybody in the team. I knew their specialities, and I wanted to get there to specifically work with them. Meetups with the industry, something that is now called networking. We were working together, discussing the industry, and the more people you know from the industry, the better it is for you, for your career, and your understanding of how the business works, how the industry works. Before I got a job at Positive, I was running audits. I earned like 5,000 rubles for each, but those were big money for me. And that was a way for me to learn that being an entrepreneur is not my way, because when you need to build a process, when you need to scale and commercialize, wasn't something that was of interest to me. So keep trying. That will make your finding of your way easier. And after I joined Positive, my first observation was I was analyzing web applications, mostly sites and banking applications. I liked social engineering a lot, and one of the areas was that I started doing social engineering, and we were testing the way people react to phishing, whether they open the corrupt links or not. And that was the way I used in the other areas, to try to understand how they all work, how they operate. You broaden your background, you widen it, and it gives you much better understanding of, other teams, other functions, social engineering, web application, research, ATMs, mobile platforms, pen testers, the guys that currently show their skills in Standoff. All that is very useful, especially if you don't want to stay an expert in your narrow field, but to grow into management. This will be much needed. I also did my best to take tasks from everywhere, of any type. Organizing a contest, yes, will gives you a better understanding of events like Positive Hack Days. My first contest for Positive Hack Days was organized by me in 2015, maybe, and I had my understanding already because I participated in those contests, and I participated in all the motions, all the nice things that I saw, because this gives you a very good understanding of how the company works. I presented a lot, published a lot of research, and working with PR. Because my current wife is a PR specialist in positive technologies, even a little bit, overdid it. PR is the area where you need to be able to explain very complex things in very simple language. And this skill helps you a lot in your life. Cybersec is not a new industry, and still many people would not understand how it works and how it operates. So, to explain to the top managers, to people from other industries, what you do using simple words is a skill that definitely is needed, especially in the tough and complex industries. It helps you also to learn how to write, how to speak, so that people understand you. There's a point about, joining some strange activities, Standoff, pitch days, working with the community, developing the project, all those things help you a lot. So pretty much in any K developer, you try to broaden your knowledge, to broaden your scope. You would understand how the business works, how the company works, what is marketing, how it operates. So, everything that helps you dig deeper into the company and into understanding why it keeps earning money rather than stops earning money. Going to the bars and talking to other people, networking. What do they plan to do? This corporate world is a very good way to learn about what your colleagues do and how they work. So this influences your growth a lot. So don't be afraid to talk about your achievements. This internal PR, things, here are the things we've done. This helps you tremendously. Be ready to talk about complex things in simple language. If you want to become a manager. And colleagues and community. What the company is going to do. What are the deals that are coming. How it earns money. All those things are needed. So that's it for me.